Alright.
Because yeah, or
Come on. Thank you.
you.
Your.
He said it was marked there, but they kind of tried to get it.
We got more than the same. There should be enough room. We brought some extras.
We got too many chairs, we'll probably take them back. More room.
Rush today. Take this stuff this year. Otherwise, we're winding down the semester.
That's always a good time.
Have midterm and finals.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, finals are coming up almost right after Thanksgiving break. After Thanksgiving break, yes. I'm gonna show Sophia this recording. Maybe I'll convince her to give us God leave.
A fun for any test. Go on vacation, come back, take a test.
Well, did we just steal chairs from Gottlieb or are we gonna take?
Yeah, we did, but we might as well take a couple of them back if we, you know, I don't know, if people use them and we got more room.
They're doing a cram session over there or something?
Yeah.
Sophia told me someone had reserved that room for tonight.
I'm just gonna be with us in spirit only.
And Howard is still logged in.
One done.
This isn't the kind of meeting for the technical.
Yeah, wife's got surgery or tests tomorrow.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm on. This is John. I'm here.
Hey, John.
Hi, John.
Hello.
See what they got.
I don't. The speaker and the
Some here.
TV in there never worked right.
You don't want to sit all the way back if you don't want.
Oh, don't matter to me.
Is everybody sitting? There's nobody sitting. Well, we're gonna go over here. So you come up over here. I'll bring our branch this way.
We don't.
No, as
need
it is
no
right
other
now, I think we
chairs.
can only hear Howard through my laptop. I mean, John. Howard? Are you still logged in?
Yeah, I'm gonna log out. Did somebody bring stuff to eat, the silverware, the
I
plasticware?
have some.
I mean, we brought some for ourselves.
Yeah, I have some plasticware.
Okay,
We'll
work it out as we go. I'll log out there.
Thank you.
We have someone we were sure.
Oh. Can you put the, just in case, we'll go where,
Sarah, you have the stuff, like our screen.
What about the plates? You got plates?
Yeah, they're-
A combination of all three. Oh, 20 and 30.
I just want something to wait for stuff.
Okay, let's stop here.
All right.
We'll find.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hi.
Well, we all here?
Yep. Ready to eat?
All right, well. Okay, our annual banquet meeting is now in order. First order of business, chow down.
Oh, okay.
Let's go for it.
The Hungry Hobo sandwiches, the one box on the left is their number 11 combo. And the one on the right is turkey and ham and cheese. And there's 2 tubs of mayonnaise somewhere up there if you want to put mayonnaise on it, but it's dressed with lettuce and tomato.
And there's vegetables on that one, and dips, different cheeses and crackers and all stuff too.
And
there's a big salad back
for both.
And salads.
Plates, somebody has plates?
Look, yeah, you got plates, there's plates somewhere. I didn't want to bother. I might have to get organized with this. I'm proud of this.
Yeah. East Maryland.
Well, I got it. I think it's a matter of tense. And people, I think they're playing there.
No, nobody's gonna go hungry.
You got it. You're gonna get out of here.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
18.
I tell you what. There.
I figured 20. You might have 2 late, right? Yeah.
You guys go ahead and get started, huh?
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Right here, thank you. I'll celebrate.
Because they come black, or because
Stars.
That's good.
Yeah. So there's go around behind. I didn't. It's good. No, I progressed. So. I usually keep taking some of the other things to do. And I don't know if I call them.
Because that you, then I'll get shit after there.
You have to.
Yeah.
We're and a half. Well, yeah, we're gonna.
I have. When'd you get it?
Like 11 o'clock on Wednesday. And as soon as I got done with that, drive partway to Huntsville, Alabama. And then Thursday mornings about the rest of the way. And I was able to get out of cancellation, so I was able to. This lady lives up in a couple of days, so we actually. I think about it. We got.
Yes, you got ranch and blue teas.
Put the oil down and put it.
It's a blue teas dress.
Syrup today, which is fine, they have, Okay. And not enough help or something. And, that's the night in here. And then, and just, the daughter is
Miami. She came up with an idea and they're going to work the same thing for him foods and my guess.
From Florida?
Yeah,
Wow.
kitty corner draw, but anyways, Angela wants the speed on there. So my wife and her got on the phone and I think we're leaving on 19th or something, and coming back on the 30th. It's gonna be fast. Or, oh, wait. I don't, it's only about 11 days. Yeah, it's cheap. Yeah. Yeah.
So you gotta fly.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, so that really changed things.
Yeah, it's different. That's good. Corn and.
How else are they gonna do?
And the noodles are so big.
It's one.
Good stuff. I can cut it all by itself.
I think we fly in, for a lot of it, around 20, you're gonna pick it up from Miami there. Before two full days, and they fly out like Christmas Day. So they work together. This is a time now in our channel that also on.
Yes.
So. Her and my wife, which I had this in Miami. Ever to do with them before marriage, they're out, but she came home. She in May past year. I'll have to be back.
That's 11. And this is a.
And we're gonna be home by herself, cooking, so kind of break that up. I don't know if I counted around there, 16 or 17 feet. You want to do a week? Yeah, they're great. Yeah. Cool. You gotta count yourself.
Yeah. Could be a lot easier than sure.
Yeah, believe.
Okay.
That's.
I'm really happy with how those are. Surprised.
It's really hard and I'm just waiting to go. We're trying to. Yeah, so famous. Some left. I got you. Great. I'm gonna put yours behind the. You know. I got you. Game around. So I'm gonna put that against the wall.
Howard, the good stuff.
Like it? Sure cool, huh?
Smokes. A turkey.
I call it noodle steak.
Smoker.
It's
Yeah.
almost like a good steak.
So that
Turkey.
This is not in the fridge. Then they bring cheese.
Oh, yeah.
Smoked it.
I watch it.
They could always got.
Good.
Salty for now, for 24 hours first. There's a whole cavalry.
Yeah.
Better get back there. I'm trying to. It actually works really well. Yeah, but it's I've seen there's 4 and it's 7.
People don't have a cow, John. Oh. Mail.
Yeah, that's all.
It's discombobulated, that saying. It's like that. Probably should move. You could put it in there. People figure it out.
Oh, there you go.
All right, now.
Now that cheesecake is the one that was left over to Birdies.
From the first GIS.
Yeah.
What train you got to go?
The cheesecake.
So
I was very strong. It's closed down back then, the second there.
Retired? You get being retired? Yep. Well, they'll start for over 18 months, so that's. I think that's likely. Stay busy. The newsletter. That's pretty difficult for everybody else. Okay. I'm not.
What kind of software do you use for your music?
You work with Microsoft Word for the newsletter. When I wrote it. Yeah.
But isn't that supposed to be like out in 2 years?
Publisher.
Yeah,
All right.
I read on my American.
I wouldn't know, I'm still using Word 2011.
Oh,
Why would they get rid of it?
are you on, do you have it from a CD or do you have to get it online?
It's on a computer.
Oh,
Windows 365 or.
yeah.
Just keep using it, nobody cares. That's for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people use it. So. I'm in Turkey, they were. Let's see if I can get you some of the chili. A little bit. Sure. Get your mic. This is what it is. Sad, like,
Raise some view.
I don't use very much.
I'm just going to that.
Okay.
On 26 is when the lights are getting here.
Yeah.
We did.
And that's hot too.
Names are no longer done. You fix this in 94.
I think that it seems that it's most likely, or mostly that they consolidated most of the commonly used features into Word. And it just. I guess the two products have been kind of blending together. Microsoft just said, well, we're gonna have published. Really?
That's true. I use the word, the upgraded word, like if you have, you know. 22, 23, 24 Microsoft Word, you can do all kinds of newsletters or documents, you know, that are of all different varieties.
Excuse me, Robert. Did you get to see your telescope clean?
Sure about that.
Look inside it?
Not yet.
Oh, it's clean. There was all kinds of
But of course, if you already have.
bugs,
I just let the
it's like
package,
brand new.
you know.
Good.
Just
I like to use it.
invest in
Thank
it.
you.
You get the whole suite, Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel,
2026 in October.
right now, Publisher or.
But then just
you
need
know,
to get a
it's just,
license for.
you get a
it.
package,
You gotta send a license.
or, I don't know,
And what you call Microsoft.
maybe
support you.
50 to 100 bucks, and if they upgrade it, you pay extra if you want it upgraded the next time they upgrade. It's like a small fee up.
So you get it online, then
Yeah, it's like an app. Like an app, just like you have on your phone.
365.
Right.
I've got that. Actually, we all got that at work now here in Ambrose. Switched over early this year. Google everything.
Been done better than some.
The wilderness. This is where you would compare to the- But you don't have great skills, it works, and if you have super skills, you can tap into more. You know, like, create a nice letterhead, where you could. More.
And we all have OneDrive now for our files, which wasn't without its hiccups. Before, everything was on Google Drive, and well, the migration didn't go perfectly smoothly. The strangest part was after the migration, I suddenly found folders in my OneDrive that I deleted years ago.
Well, you don't have to use it, you can
I
use
had to
it locally too.
I had to implement.
Oh, I see.
I was in charge of making OneDrive auto install on computers before Microsoft had that figured out.
For my computer, how
I
much
see it.
is the local drive, I use OneDrive.
No, we're like, I prefer a network drive over OneDrive. We used to do that in beer too. Use a, in the time, the floppy data stuff, the booth machine and do that part, both copies come here today, so.
Nobody else.
Everything I know, I know.
Deleted files.
Used to have.
Stored files.
No, this came from. There's no. Special. You can sell it preset, or you can have it scooped out in the main deli.
Just like most of the toolkits, I mean. Back then, you could access stuff with bad dog, whatever, but most of the toolkits now run on Windows PA, it's hard to get that other like out of bank.
Funny there, you know, one.
Did you record everybody brought?
It's in the spreadsheet.
Almost 5 weeks of that hack again. Almost 6.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe they do.
Yeah.
But they get sorted on who's playing.
Big beans are good. Can I go? Yeah, you do make.
I think Mike,
Mike?
did you bring baked beans?
Yep. They're good.
Very good.
Thanks to my wife who did that.
That's what I was gonna ask, but you were Patty.
Yeah, her, how she doctors them up. I don't know what she all puts in it. Everybody always likes them.
Yeah, it looks like there's green peppers in it.
There
too.
is, there's green
I've
pepper.
never seen it.
Were they chili
Good.
peppers? Thank you.
Beans are some-
Rita Burton, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe they'll have a.
It's a must.
Oh, you're good.
Mine's still in your early.
Yeah. But that's one of the things I made that people don't know that.
Yeah. Oh, really?
I read this recipe, like, the first thing. I
We've had-
It works.
Not that many, but there's a lot, and
It's really good too.
I have
You make-
arranged the entire thing.
Yeah, actually, it's better, I thought it was better than like your yogurt you get.
Still suffering.
Classes.
Maybe five.
There's a trivia, you sit right on.
I guess there is.
Well, I've been going back and forth with next and reading them back up.
Made all.
Yeah.
She's amazing, she's 93.
It's a real,
Wasn't at
real
63.
piece. That's how we- well, people that come-
Just very wonderful house with all kinds of fun things.
Put it on Broadway a few years ago.
He was an off-Broadway. Friends just said pop off.
Music. Large and instruments, all sorts.
We're all over that.
Associations and reservations.
155.
So we're working, I'm working all the time.
Yeah.
They're kind of really tired, getting by.
Because
Kind of like Airbnb, and they run out to the simple areas. They're built in the shells.
we
We're
do,
going to,
we do build them 100 feet long, 25 feet wide.
I can't believe it.
That's-
On the north side, we've got. I don't want to go
Right.
So it's a minimum 1 month.
I see.
Yeah.
It's like,
Show the dam. Halloween for them. I'll be that too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I understand.
Yeah.
I told that to him that.
That's
I don't want to do that.
he had-
Does have more than so. But I did have freshman, you know, cocaine. Fine.
Be
It's not very.
And the little kids.
one of our friends.
they grow up, I think, laugh.
Right on the production.
It's not a teddy bear.
And I like it in the rock and parade, there are other people yelling, I go, "What happened?" Yeah, they know where you live too.
With the account.
Yeah. The teddy bear is six.
Yeah.
You could get up to a 3 but the comments say only make pressure because they're so big.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, got a lot of these.
I'll take you to the factory one.
Oh, yeah, I have one.
Ray has one in the basement. She's like, yeah. That's what she got. There it is. That's the Halloween. That's what she had.
Yeah.
Nobody looks to us.
Very bad. I look like pro crap. I know you.
No.
Don't do it right. You're gonna have.
No.
Bad drop. You gotta.
It wasn't good.
Tell you what pressure. Your time.
It wasn't, but I just thought, what would
Yeah, you know, like last year.
yeah.
No, the things that we did there until the end of December. Graduation ceremony.
Well, I know they're gonna do it. And yours you have to, it's very common. Back then, most shots in shot. Shots. Remember mom doing it.
If you're talking to students.
Yeah.
Well, the next day, I stayed 3 days all by myself. But the next day, I got the real good one from looking for the morning. Bad.
Wow.
It's the camera works, and I got all kinds of. Like plans have
Make our own photos.
no, like him, yeah.
Right. Times. And.
There's a very long difference.
You know.
You don't want the oil, do you? I'm not even done with the dessert yet.
You are free. Wow.
Pretty good food. Wow.
They signed up for it to bring in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Make sure he takes it.
Right.
And then in Coal Valley. And I don't know if I got the rights for Cecil and a second.
They were called anti-soft.
Yeah.
This will show you.
But it's almost.
Little wrinkles was character.
They didn't want to put
They don't eat that.
content, you know.
Nothing is supposed to be a red.
We're gonna have a lot of subscribers. And they didn't want. She was out for her subscriber. Okay, can you the deadline so oh, I'm going to India tomorrow. Those are countries so so I wish this was more right for us. I said, wow, so, I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, pictures and stuff.
It's surprising.
We're good.
They had no structure.
I don't have that.
One person was in the state, one was in the state for the training meetings, but he didn't know. They really wanted to bring another to do something else going on. So what's your experience? She did posters for her mom's burrito place, Barbie burrito wine. It's so good. We really put that in the credits for the magazine. It was free. That's why.
Where's Barbie?
Her Burns, she said.
Barbie.
Okay. So, and I have looked at it's not everything. A lot of the online stuff is done, but I should like that. Talk to people.
So I had to teach her, which she had to have.
I did. I think you should go there.
Yeah.
Did it in a summer.
Eagle Lake.
There's another blue man. Kind of like
John found something.
they make roller.
Yeah.
Good stuff like, well, they're not all home.
They're not.
And that's the other thing. They
They're
know
just
the top,
hanging out, huh?
whether they're amateurs or pros, they're all in.
They're helping that way.
Yeah.
We got no volunteer.
the owner was not the boss. Was the editor of the financial. New Aaron, and then he started, and I thought. And then they said, "I'm still your name." And I told him, he said, "I should know, you should not." I said, "Yeah, you should." But they, after they died, where did you want?
Inside and outside.
No. It's more complicated.
Have you been these mosaics? Yeah. Yeah, what it program are you using? No, I'm using, I'll show you guys the pictures I've taken so far. I'm scared of that. I've done a composite twice, and that's the last, I for a while. So, because I had the mosaic around the sky. I just got. Oh, well, you've got it. It'll actually move it right in. Yeah, I don't have to go out. Well, there's a program that you hit out your OTA, your chip size, the object. It'll tell you how much it covers the object you're doing, and then give you a choice if you can add it. So that's it. And you send that information when you okay it. And it'll store it, and then you just call it, I use Dino. Yeah, to do the venture DWO. Yeah, air. Yeah. That's what it is. And it has the automatic component to move in that. So in the sky, actually go whatever, drag it, whatever. In numbers A1, A2, A3, A4, so 4 grids. Yep. And I make overlaps in there. Right, I don't. You have a choice of 20%, 20%, and any overlap. I would recommend at least 12, 15. Yeah.
So every day.
Okay. Depends on how accurate it is. With stitching, I'm going to use SIRIL, and then I got that image companion or decompression. Where it's the English one is with SIRIL. IC or something like that.
Okay. So have you ever been inside that church?
This
Telescope.
Telescope. Oh, yeah, it's got that free program. Yeah, I've already got.
You got a loaded chip size, the OTA.
Yeah.
F ratio.
Okay.
Focal length.
Yeah.
And you call up the object, you say how it covers.
Wow. Okay.
Caroline.
You don't have to be, well, you're watching, so you're.
Mine was A1, A2, A3. You touch it, and I make it so easy.
No, it's there'll probably still be snow on the ground.
You know where?
It's gonna be Minneapolis.
It's not a specific place.
Yeah. So Jan told me, don't bring any cookies home. But she sent some plastic bags in case you can't eat them all. Here you go, please help yourself. Those or the bars over there.
Then we don't want you to get in trouble.
Yeah, right. So,
Can't have that.
Oh, chip, that's mine.
that's my favorite too. Yeah, chocolate chips.
Yeah, that's a local conference.
Oh, very good.
The,
That's.
Marriott, Minneapolis, Southwest.
I want to see Mary Ellen Ward statue.
Is there one? Downtown.
Yeah, I think I saw
Not good. Yeah, some stuff.
Put it back on the
Good.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's official as of today. Go ahead. So send the info, I'll put it in the newsletter. Yeah. Do that. Type it up, sure. Maybe we can announce that here. Why not?
Yeah, right.
And they say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I just haven't seen it from you.
He hasn't got any of these.
Well, it's been a long time, at 2 years minimum. Yeah, the reason I'm asking is I'm the one that bought this tonight.
Oh, yeah.
And that's, I'm getting a little bit of pictures of the galaxies. With this, with the SkyXPro, and Sarah, I'm looking at Astro. And you can tell by touching the screen which one is which by the magnitude that's supposed to be. Well, that's the asteroid, because that's too bright a star. It tells you what the star, you go ahead and just touch it. It tells you what it is, magnitude, what number is there.
Once you take a picture of it.
Yeah, once I have a picture, I have it here, so I can compare it to the sky and go and orientate it just the same. So I can, you can tell where the asteroid is and where it's going. It's cool. For us, it's a learning tool, and we learn more with that, and we can find things we would never find, because you know what God are you looking.
The original capital.
So we have to turn in our news.
Oh,
We're gonna do that later today.
We'll do that later tonight.
Okay.
I know Randy.
Okay.
Okay, well, I see. What do they do?
It's called looking up.
Yeah. I'm gonna bug everybody here for a minute. So you talk full of doubles here. Is this a solicitation? It kind of is, but it's something that makes sense out here. You're at St. Louis.
This telescope is a,
Oh, here.
Such a capital.
I traded this scope in, from my Maxipov. Was it two weeks ago? Went down to Looking Up Optics down in Vandalia, Illinois. Now, this, Starfield's out of Canada. It's a fairly new telescope. The advantages of this scope are the O'Hara FPL 53 glass. For the price, it can't be beat for anything that compares to it. The envelopes, the guy sent up with me have bookmarks and stuff, and it's just an advertisement for his business. If anybody wants trades, also, if he's looking for something new. Very nice couple that live down there. He's kind of in the middle of nowhere.
Wow.
And he used to be a landscaper, so he changed one of his buildings and used to house all the landscaping equipment into a telescope shop. I mean, he's got a lot of gear in there. Lots of gear.
So is he Starfield or is he at the street?
He is, he went down to Okie and became, he started a dealer from being down there attending that star. He was allowed to use, the 9 year series telescope, and he ended up buying it from a dealer and taking it home. And then through an arrangement, now he is selling these. The optics on it, I've had it out, is just tack sharp. I mean, just super sharp. It comes with, there's no diagonal. It has, like I say, the 2.5 inch rotating focuser with the camera adjusting rotator on here. So it actually turns in two different, you can adjust it two different ways. The shield, of course, it moves back and forth to collapse split case. It comes with the soft base. And it also comes with the Vixen dovetail bar, and the handle is built to handle the accessories. You can put, it's got the where you can put the clamp, the bar. So I've had it out and played with it a little bit. I did have to get a adjustable field flattener for it. I don't know if anybody, I didn't know they made these things adjustable, but it's pretty neat.
So you could do it up, down, left, right, get it exactly centered.
Well, field flatteners are picky about sensor, the distance between the sensor and the actual flattener. So with this will work, this will work on a whole different array of telescopes. I think from their 80 series up to this 115. But yeah, I mean, it works with other telescopes as well. So you loosen the screw and this thing rotates out. And it's got a scale on it. And you can just adjust it. And you see it coming out. To whatever, your scope is happy spot is from the sensor when you start losing the coma. Mine was 15 on this one. But it's, I didn't know they made adjustable flatteners. Very, very nice. So this was a $239 accessory. But yeah, it was, I'm very pleased with it. I would put it right up to the Takahashi optics. I mean, right up there.
What's the company name on it?
Starfield. Yeah. 1X adjustable field flattener.
It's adjustable. And the scope is that a 3 optic in that?
Yeah, it's a triplet.
Okay.
With
So you're a pretty good one, huh?
It's got the O'Hara FTL 53 and
So is that about 4 inch?
it's 4.5.
Okay.
115 millimeter, 805 on focal length f7. The f15 Maxitop, it wasn't good for imaging. I got it to do planetary. And it's too slow. And I haven't tried planetary with this, but I've tried the bubble nebula and the helix and a few other things. But it's I'm very impressed with it so far. And the price on it was $2,100 for a triplet with the O'Hara glass is very reasonable. That's pretty good. Very. The powder coat is flat. It's not a gloss like you see on the stellar telescopes. It is dark block, flat block in the tube. It's a guy who's in Canada is one that's designed it. Is an astrophotographer, so it is mostly for astrophotography, but it also can be used visually. Any questions?
Where do you hook up the camera?
Right back here. This comes off. The field flattener, actually this piece that holds the diagonally in place, that all threads off. This threads in here. And then the camera through adapters on here. Like I say, you adjust that for the coma's gone. And then you can start using that imaging adapter. Yeah, that's never been more pleased with a telescope I bought. It's good. I'm even more happy with this than my Takahashi.
And how much was it?
2,100.
That's the operational scale. A single.
What's that?
You got
7.
different focus, different points, you never get it in focus. That's why it's always off on the side, because it's got.
Have you
that-
used it?
Yes.
Pacific Skywatcher.
And that 2,100, is that for the telescope again? Or did we get that?
Just the telescope. The adjustable field flattener is $239. And of course, the diagonal one was added. I share diagonals, well, it's going to small material.
You want that from Randy Harrison?
Yes,
I've been down there too, that's
Okay.
what shop he's got.
It is.
It's just out in the middle of nowhere.
But he's got tons of gear in there. He's got a shipboard down there. Yeah, he gave me 800 for the Maxipod line. So I was happy. Not too many telescope dealers will trade.
I'm trying to remember where Vandalia is it along Interstate 57?
You go to Springfield, and was it 29? You take 29, and it goes down like 51. It's southeast of Springfield.
Springfield, okay.
Prison winds. You go by the correctional prison. It's a really old prison there.
Do you think Randy would come up to our conference next year?
Well, he said that he is very interested in the Eastern Island Star Party.
Well, I've tried to contact him, he hasn't gotten back to me. We got a space for him, he wants it.
What?
We've got a space for him.
Well, yeah. We try contacting him again.
No, I'll give him a call tomorrow. I bought a solar filter for my scope.
Okay. Yeah, he has tons of Skywatcher mounts, Celestron mounts. Yeah.
Oh, he's got all kind of, he's got, real acronyms, scopes, you know.
But he said he's gonna have a monster sale, because he's got a bunch of inventory up above. I didn't see that. So he's planning on trying to sell a bunch of inventory.
I think you bring it up to the Twin Cities.
Come up as a vendor.
Yeah, come up as a vendor, sell the stuff there.
Well, you should let him know.
I will, I did, I will, I'll call him.
Big bang for the buck.
Nice.
Thank you for that.
And this is the largest, that they sell currently.
Of the gear series, yes.
Where do they make those?
Canada. Well, I'm like either out of Canada, I don't know where they're made.
Where the companies from Canada, they're just. Didn't say anything about whether they manufacture there or not. Just that that's what the office is.
I think the gear series came out in 22. I don't know how long, I didn't even try to look to see how long Starfield optics have been in business. And I can't even find a date on that. I don't know how new they really are. I don't even think this might be their first series. I know they have some Newtonians also.
Yeah, they do. And then Dobson too.
Yeah.
That's-
The latest tagline, my contact's just looking.
Anything else?
Byron?
No, thank you, Byron.
You're welcome.
Now you can go to the Lincoln Museum on the way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if this is the time when you would, entertain information, but this is the first club meeting where I can actually make an announcement about our conference next year. We have reserved a conference center in Minneapolis. The Marriott, Minneapolis Southwest Hotel Conference Center is where we're going to be April 25th and 26th. And everybody's invited. You don't have to be an AL members of come. It's an Astronomical League, North Central Region.
This is the
Astronomical
NACRAL conference.
It's an NCRAL conference, but anybody can come to it. You don't have to be, a member.
April 25th to 26th.
Yep. And we already have a number of speakers lined up. Tonight, Hotel Conference Center, we put down a down payment on that, so we got that locked in. April 25th, 26th. We're gonna do a tour of the Minnesota Astronomical Society's Eagle Lake Observatory. If you've never been there, that's a fantastic observatory. I would encourage everybody to go just to see that. So anyway, there'll be more information come out on it. We can't take reservations yet. We're not set up to do that yet.
How many days?
It's a day and a half. It'll be Friday afternoon or evening, the tour of the observatory, and then all day Saturday. And there'll be a banquet and a business meeting, but there's half a dozen speakers that we have lined up. Most of them are from the Minneapolis area. Bob King's going to be one of them. You know him. He's very famous in the amateur astronomy world. He's an author, and writes astronomy in Science Telescope magazine pretty often.
Looks like QCAS will be joining the Astronomical League soon.
Good. I can help with that.
I think the board told me to get a hold of you, which I haven't done yet.
This is a prize.
I think we said, well, it's late enough in the year, we'd shoot for, have the membership start the beginning of next year, if that makes sense, something like that.
That's fine.
Good excuse, isn't it?
Well, I kind of knew that this was going to happen, but I didn't want to twist your arm.
Yeah.
But you're definitely you're going to be one of 35 clubs in the North Central region. So it's a pretty good sized organization. There's in our region there's about 2,500 members, individual members, 35 clubs. You'll be probably number 35, either 35 or 36. I forget now exactly.
And you're the president of that region, right?
I hate the term, I'm the chair.
Chair? Well, that's good. We have a good league to help us with this.
Yes.
So, yeah, I can make it happen.
Good.
Okay. Thank you for that.
Yes. Something. As you know me, I'm Paul Levesque. I'm the editor of Reflections, which is the newsletter for the Popular Astronomy Club, but I want you to know that I want to cover the whole astronomy beat, so
Yeah.
I certainly welcome photo submissions, whatever, from QCAS people or PAC people or whomever, so please send me stuff. Second thing I wanted to say was, about 3 weeks ago, I had an email that said, you won the 50-50 raffle for Birdies for Charity. I'm like, what, is this a scam? Well, I did. And long story short, I won a prize of $9,706.70.
Wow.
Cool. Yeah. So,
Congratulations.
yeah.
Wow.
So I decided to be a little, generous with that money. I like to make a donation to the QCAS, whoever wants to accept it, the check, who's
Mike's gonna be our new treasurer.
do some, it's not a lot, but do some good things.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
I didn't remember the time. It's weird, it's a long, weird story, like, okay. Boom.
Reverse scam. You got it.
Yeah, it's a scam, it was real, I mean, it's kind of a shame, the first thing you think of when you see something like that, but it wasn't, it was for real.
You should.
For those of us that might not be familiar, what exactly is Birdies for Charity?
Well, it's the charity that's connected to the, golf tournament.
The John
John
Deere.
Now, PAC gets money from Birdies for Charity. I suppose you could too, if you just apply. I'm not sure what the process is. So.
You take any money that you normally keep in the bank. Literally, you can make that as part of Birdies for Charity. You have people sponsor it too, and then when they say receive from that, it goes back. They keep it for a couple of months, then you get what? What's the percentage you get back?
Well, I think that somehow they match or they, whatever, you can designate a donation through Birdies for Charity to a group. And then I think John, or some people will add something to that, like a percentage, so kind of.
5% to 13%.
Yeah,
something right.
yeah, thank you.
You go to add some percentage onto whatever it is.
Right, so it's a good way to raise funds, for a while. Perhaps only second, I've had a 50-50 raffle, And they usually give away a car, don't they, or somehow?
Yeah, I think the reason.
9,776. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was, it's a 50-50 where they keep half on the winner.
And every time we heard the John Deere Classic, we heard about the Birds for Charity.
Right.
And there's other groups that will give the money to all.
Well, it's all, it's a community wide,
Yeah.
they raise a lot of money.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's $5,000 a year.
It's like, 15 or 20 $million.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
On that news. They are. It's one of the bigger than Sharon, I was down on my tour. I don't know if they can say it.
We've got some pretty nice equipment now.
At least I don't sense it. Well, yeah. It's lucky, you know.
Well, again, it's not China.
Again, Paul, thank you very much for the donation. And yes, Mike will take care of it, but actually, it's probably a good time to make this a little bit more official for Mike and for that matter, the board for 2025. So those of you for longtime members know that our November banquet is also where we hold the elections for board positions for the following year. So as of right now, the current slate is John Baker running for president, Jim Rutenbeck for vice president, Mike Dannenfeldt for treasurer, and Ashley Ragsdale for secretary. Does anyone want to offer any other nominations?
One thing I'd like to ask.
Ask.
If you're gonna join Astronomical League, we do need to have a person besides the president, who is also a contact that we can get a hold of in the Astronomical League. They're called an ALCORE, an Astronomical League correspondent. And it doesn't entail a lot of work. It's just a point of contact for distributing information. So, if you have questions that you want to send to me or to somebody else in the Astronomical League, you go to that person to do it.
Nominate Al.
And no, I can't do that. I can't.
Oh, hell, you can't, no, you just got nominated.
No, well,
Second. It's in the paper, right? I don't need to be.
all I'm saying is, you may want to have an ALCORE position out there too. And like I say, it doesn't require, it's not near as much work as being president or vice president. But there needs to be 2 points of contact basically with the AL. One is the ALCORE, the other is the president. So you may want to consider, and you don't have to do it today, it could be a separate item later.
We can bring it up the next board meeting.
Yeah.
All right.
I move nominations be closed.
Well,
He's going to continue.
let me say first, the bylaws say that the officers can run or can be in place for 3 years. And after that, if there's anybody else that wants to run, then, and a sitting officer like myself who's been in this position for 3 years, the other person gets it. And I'm happy to let somebody else be the vice president. So please, if there's anybody that yourselves would like to be the vice president, or you know of somebody that'd be willing to take that position. So it would not offend me.
All the vice president really does is be there in case the sitting president is unavailable.
And who's running as the president now?
John Baker.
John Baker, okay.
Who,
Oh,
are you there?
Hi, John.
No.
Hello.
No, he's not here.
Are you sleeping?
He's here.
Is there?
He said, no, he answered no. He just got.
Okay, here. Megan, okay.
And another, comment that I would make
Thank
is when we nominated John to be the run for president, he did put some conditions on it. So John, do you want to give your campaign speech of what we get if we vote for you?
No, that's okay. You're doing a good job. You can go on.
I don't know if you've reconsidered on this, but one of the things that John said was he was thinking in terms of only having online meetings, just not wanting to have the additional responsibility to get a meet in place position. Now, I know Dr. Mitchell said he'd be willing, at least for the foreseeable future, to coordinate the Zoom meetings. You know, if you're willing to coordinate the in-person meetings also, you know, John.
I can still ask Sophia Pierce to reserve a room for us.
Yeah. So I don't know if you have any more comments about that, John.
Nope.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So again, slate is John Baker president. Jim Rutenbeck right now is vice president, but if anybody is interested, please speak up. Mike Dannenfeldt, treasurer. Ashley Ragsdale, secretary. Last call for nominations. Well, then, we want to simply vote as a show of hands. All right, so all those in favor of accepting the current slate of officers for 2025? All opposed?
Thank you.
Just for color.
Somebody's headed to the.
I'll put that in the notes.
And you're automatically the vice president.
There you go. He's the ALCORE. He's the ALCORE. I like that. You just raised your hand.
I didn't know what the question was.
Well. Now you do.
I'm going to call this as the ayes have it. All right. All right. And then first order of business for our new treasurer is we're now starting to accept dues for 2025. It's still $20 a year for individuals.
And 10 for additional person, like family.
Family, yes.
I thought we decided we were going.
$30 for family.
Straight up.
Yeah, I don't know if we made that official, but I think the consensus of the board was maybe it made more sense to have $20 for one person and then a family membership is $30, which how many ever people are in the household would be the member.
So in other words, not $10 for each individual added member.
Yeah, I think that's the way it's written though, but yeah, we said made more sense to just make it
yes
$30 for family.
But in any case, please bring your checks to Mike Dannenfeldt. Due by the end of this year. Oh, well, we'll allow some leeway out to say March. All right. Well, now I think it's time to go on to the presentation that we have planned for today. And you had something together.
Okay, so I thought that I would start out by just talking a very brief history of the QCAS. And then we have a plaque made that we decided we would put up in the observatory. It talks a little bit about the observatory, and then we made certificates of appreciation.
Yes.
We kind of modeled what PAC has done for individual contributions. And so hopefully we captured most of the people that have worked on the observatory, either in a planning or implementation stage or donating money. So just real quickly, I tried to put together, and some people here were charter members. So Cecil, for example, I know Dana Taylor, Howard's been a member a long time, and he may not have been a charter member. But anyway, the QCAS was founded in 1980. And as I go through this, any long-term members can correct me if I've got it.
I was with them since 81.
81,
So
okay.
year after they got started. I started first at Malone Park on Highway 30 there. Deer,
Killdeer.
Killdeer,
Yeah, okay.
yeah,
And you know, I think that's how I first found out there was even a QCAS is
yeah, and I,
Halley's Comet was coming, so it was about 1985. The QCAS put on a Star Party Comet vision
yeah,
viewing, and I went to that and found out, gee, there's a club in the Quad Cities about astronomy, because I've been interested in astronomy for a long time. And then a number of years later, heck, I found out there's 2 astronomy clubs in the Quad Cities. There's even this popular astronomy club, so I joined that one too. But yeah, you know, one of the things is I grew up in Clinton and I bought a 8-inch Newtonian sometime after I got out of college. And, you know, my parents knew I bought this and I thought, that's a pretty big telescope. I had taken some astronomy classes at the University of Iowa, so I'd had a chance to look through a number of their telescopes too. But from a personal standpoint, I thought it had a pretty big telescope having an 8-inch Newtonian. And then my parents said, we saw some guy down on Riverfront. He's got a telescope a lot bigger than yours, Jim. And I said, no, nobody at Clinton could have a bigger telescope than me. And then I found out it was this Howard Cox guy, you know.
yeah. I was
And
showing.
he had a 16-inch telescope.
Yeah.
Holy smokes, that was a big telescope.
I was looking at the moon, I think.
I don't know. Yeah,
That's
they-
probably the moon.
So anyway, during the 1980s, the QCAS developed an agreement with Clinton County and had the ability to go to Sherman Park and do observing there. They eventually built a little enclosure where the 20-inch telescope was housed, and then to make use of it, they would drag it out kind of on wheels and use that. So again,
cool.
Cecil, if either one of you guys got anything to add to this story, please.
Yeah, it was a big round boat going down the road.
Pardon me?
It was a big round boat going down the road.
Big road.
Round.
Boat, okay. So then, you know, finally in 1996, the club had talked about building an observatory, but I think they had pretty high aspirations, but not enough money to make it happen. And so finally there were, you know, the board of directors at the time had decided, let's do it. You know, we got a couple $1,000s in the bank account. If we do it ourselves, we have modest plans. So we made a roll-off roof and had a 20 by 20 observatory, and you know, it served us well for more than 20 years. In the 2000s, we started to investigate, you know, people like to have a restroom, like to have a little bit of a warming room, maybe even a classroom. But we found out that was going to be prohibitively expensive. And Clinton County said they didn't have money to be able to build such a thing. So as time went along, we were having Eastern Iowa Star Parties for years at Menke, and just decided, you know, maybe it makes more sense to move the observing field. And so after
Matter of fact, we was having our star parties, we were having in both places, so you could go that side of the river or come around and be with the other people too. So we did a lot of run back and forth.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, you know, it was decided, let's move forward with linking up with Menke. We sadly said goodbye to Clinton County because, you know, we had a long relationship with them and really appreciated the observing site that they let us have. But I know, you know, talking to Craig says, you know, we may not appreciate what the two clubs have as far as places to go observing. You know, he's maybe a member of a group, or at least knows of a group where he lives now. And he said, you know, they really don't even have a place to go observe.
Correct.
So, you know, we've kind of taken it for granted that
Yes,
we've had it for so long,
you
but
guys are great facility. They had a spot, but it was sold out from underneath them. That happened. Now they go up past Madison, northwest, about a 4-hour drive from where I'm at.
wow.
Once a month they go up there. Want to hear?
Are they able to stay
It's
overnight?
just an open field.
Okay.
Some of those places can be pretty dark when you get between North Dubuque and Madison, Wisconsin. That 151 places,
The sky is really dark. Dodgeville, Platteville.
Very dark. I'd say about 2.5 hours.
So in about 2018, the QCAS made plans to move to the Watson River Environmental Education Center. In 21, we actually made Menke our observing site for the QCAS. Mike and John, with the help of a contractor, were the first step as far as moving the 12-foot dome. I think they did that in December.
Yeah.
They were really getting into the cold weather, but they got it moved, and we also then moved the 20-inch into one of Menke's roll-off buildings, so we could officially then give up the site at Sherman Park. Then in 22, we got the observatory built up by the end of the year. Then in 23, we got the roof motorized. And then in this year, we bought the 6.5-inch refractor with the go-to mount. And then also worked on Cecil scope to, it was installed the previous year, but between Cecil and Steve primarily have, put on digital setting circles. And so I think they really feel like we're making some progress so we can use that telescope. So that's what I had for the history of the site. Wanted to show the plaque that we have made. And we struggled a little. At first we were going to try to say everybody that worked on the project, we're going to put their name on this plaque. Well, it got so full that we decided maybe that didn't make sense. So this is the plaque we have. I don't know, Robert or Mike, either one of you guys want to hold it. I don't mean to be the only one in the limelight here. Let's see, with a photo here.
Let's get a little bit of light on. Well, that should be good.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Got a little lens up here.
Nice.
So John Baker kind of worked with
Yeah.
company.
Nice.
So John's seen it since he
Thank you.
got it made, but I don't know.
See it online there?
Where are you gonna put that?
We're gonna plan to put it in the observatory.
This spring.
Here.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a nice setup.
Here, let me get a picture of it. Thanks.
So what it does is,
Yeah, fine product.
what we decided to do is just put on here that, the Astronomical Society's members during 22 and 23 constructed this observatory. We listed the board of directors that go back through that kind of planning and construction phase. And then we acknowledged the most recent contractor, Matt Biermont, who motorized it. And then we also listed the organizations and people that had made large contributions from a financial standpoint. So the Riverboat Development Authority, Roy Carver Charitable Trust, Mid-American Energy, 3M, and Bertha Alston. That's happens to be Jeff Struve's aunt. So there's the plaque that we put in the observatory, and then you wanna hand them out?
Sure. So we have our certificates of appreciation here for those individuals who contributed to the major expansion that we've done to the observatory the last few years. John Baker, we'll get this to you some later tape. Rusty Case, get to later. Craig Cox.
Thank you.
Howard Cox.
Thank you.
Mike Dannenfeldt.
Thank you.
Byron Davies. Pass that down one. Christopher Eberl. Everly. Yes, here you
Here.
can pass it.
That's it.
Right.
I don't know.
Rolando Gamino. Not here tonight. Robert Mitchell. Where's he?
Let's see.
Team member.
He's absent.
So is Matt Nielsen. And Mike Umbrello. Umbrello?
Yeah, Mike and Matt, were involved pretty early on in the planning stages.
Yes. Ashley Ragsdale. Jim Rutenbeck. Do you know that? Sam Santiago. Does anyone get together with him?
I did call him and invite him to come to this tonight, but he said his wife was on deployment and they have a dog to take care of, so I didn't think he'd be able to make it. So, but I did reach out to him to let him know, and I told him we'd send him a photo of the plaque. Well, and we'll get him this.
They do allow dogs.
certificate,
They
too.
do allow dogs on campus.
Oh,
Service dogs.
so.
Well, any dog is.
You just put a vest on and it'll be all right.
Oh, it's fine. It's servants.
Al Scheidler. Jeff Struve.
We're seeing him tomorrow.
You're seeing him tomorrow? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Take a picture.
Steve Van Hifty. Not here. And finally, Cecil Ward.
In no particular order, except alphabetical.
So hopefully within
Please, if anyone knows of someone you missed, please let us know so we can appreciate it as well.
Total value of the building was.
Total.
it's in the neighborhood of 50,000 that we spent on it.
Yeah.
Not counting labor.
Yeah, not putting the value on labor. 53 trips to the observatory.
I hope that brings it back.
Is that about, you think that's about the number? That probably would not include the equipment in it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like the telescopes were in addition to that.
I mean, the building itself was at least two RDA grants.
Yeah.
And that took 2 years to put together completely?
Yeah.
Somewhere around 50,000.
More, yeah.
So the other thing is we have some door prizes. So I don't know if you're ready to move on to that, Robert?
Sure, certainly.
I came across a book I was just gonna recommend.
Oh, sure.
Anybody reads Patricia Cornwell, and I do. I'm addicted to her, but anyway, it's kind of crime thriller. She's really good at what she does in her technology, and I mean, she has been a consultant for the FBI and other things. And she's not in law enforcement. She is a writer and a biographer, but her latest novel, Identity Unknown, part of the Case Scarpetta series, deals with a murdered astronomer. He's the victim. And I'd say about the last third to half of the book is full of all sorts of data about astronomy and astronomers and constellations and all the different projects involving astronomy. So if anybody's interested in novels about astronomy, that's a good one.
And what's the title again?
Identity Unknown,
Okay.
Patricia Cornwell,
Mhm.
CORNWELL. She's Ruth Graham's biographer.
Yeah, where did she get all her astronomy information?
She researches and she gives acknowledgements at the end. You know,
Okay.
she's worked with several observatories and people in the field, and she's a quick study. I mean, anytime she does this research, it just really.
She's kind of a researcher for her books and so.
Oh, yeah, and does a lot of her own. And like I said, even other professionals and even the FBI and law enforcement consult with her.
That's pretty smart.
She is, yeah, she's amazing, but very readable.
All right. Thank
And
you.
also, the QCAS has sent a card to Jeff Struve last week.
Yes, his mother passed away last month.
Oh.
Thanks for doing that.
Yes, thank you very much.
So Ashley and Chris bought a few things to be used as door prizes. So we've got a LED headlamp.
Oh, well, that would work, great.
And then 3 kind of individual red flashlights.
If anything, they're maybe too bright, but they are nice, strong red flashlights.
And then my wife made some crafty astronomy related things. So you kind of turn on.
That's neat.
This one.
That's got a layer shot.
Get turned on. And another one, you know, a little. So I guess what I would suggest we'll do is we'll pass out tickets. And the first person's ticket that gets drawn has a choice, and second and third and fourth. As we go on down the list, makes sense unless you guys got a better idea.
I got one again.
I think your luck she's up for the year.
Yeah.
Well, I think so.
No, I'm just kidding.
Sometimes it's win-win-win. People wonder why.
Twice, yes.
Who's there?
Gotta get some momentum going.
So is it keep this coupon what the person gets?
Yeah, and then you
Yes.
have the other one.
Yes.
Can you show me? What was it, John? Archangel.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Well, it's supposed to.
Yeah, they're out there.
4636.
There.
Did forget to mention too, on those Starfield telescopes, the gear series all come with optic tests. An optic test, each telescope has optic test, yeah, they test. So yeah, you get an optic test to get you.
What's an optics test?
Well, we use spectroscopy on it.
Yes. Oh, you mean like it's got
Yeah.
a certificate of?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And what's the?
It shows- I was like,
quality
you have to
of
look
the
at it
Yeah.
and see if you're allowed to use the telescope.
No, optics.
Yeah.
You can have the right glass, but this is not.
It works.
It's not gonna be good.
It starts with an S. Drill or what is it?
I know.
It starts with, yeah, the final number, mine was, this one's 98, one is per. So anything 95 or above is pretty good. How do you say that?
Well,
Drill test?
yeah.
Oh,
That's right.
Sounds familiar.
How do they do a Grail test?
Thank you.
yes,
How do they do a Grail test?
well, like spectroscopy, I guess, is one of the approaches. I've never seen it done. So I don't know how they determine that, but it had
I've seen charts.
yeah, it had a picture of the lens graphed out. You know, with, by a computer, like 3D, and it did like a wave, of the optic itself, and it comes down to that still final number, 0.98.
Yeah. Get through there. Now.
Everybody get a ticket?
Do you need a hat to put them in?
Yes.
Perfect.
No, that doesn't get you any preferential treatment.
All right, we've got to stir these up.
Stir
I
those
mean,
up,
I'm
huh?
sorry.
Losing them here. There. That's not.
Craig, did you win anything at Astrofest or
Oh.
Okie Tech? I did.
I know you did. The prize
What did you
was
win?
be in there.
I won like one of the grand prizes.
Yeah,
I won, it was a, help me, a sky,
it was a sky
All
camera.
sky
You mount it
camera.
on the side of any home or building. And as soon as you have it on, it goes to the computer and they'll show you the night sky like lightning or cloud cover. Or,
Oh, that's.
yeah, meteors,
Yeah.
you know, anything. I haven't even taken it out of the box.
I was gonna say.
Figure it out, you know.
put it on the mount. on
It's
the,
gonna move right next to
observatory.
the station.
It shows the whole sky.
Oh, it's an all sky.
What is that? 301 degree? I mean, it's really full.
Yeah, I forget,
frame.
pretty wide, yeah.
It's like, and the camera's about like.
We got so many weather like that.
Oh, yes. Okay. It's got the mount and everything, but you have to tie it to a line to run through the computer. Once you have the computer, you download their program and it runs. As soon as you have the computer on, it will run. But you have to have it.
It's a USB device, is that it?
Yeah, similar.
Ready to
So I
go?
wanna pick one and
Somebody,
Yeah,
it's your hat, you go ahead.
Okay, are we ready?
Sure.
491-4648.
It's gotta be you.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
And let's verify.
It was great.
it was. Yeah. And I said he didn't get preferential treatment, because that wins.
Okay,
I got so.
okay, well.
So have a
Pick-
choice,
go
yeah.
Pick,
Pick a bottle.
pick somebody.
The bottom, the
The
bottom.
They want the bottom, you want the bottom?
Yeah.
Alright, here's the bottom.
That is
There you go, come above me, just.
very,
There's your Christmas present.
thank you, honey.
Flashlights and headlamps.
Okay, well, you get- Can you get your hands?
Follow the tradition.
Batteries right in there?
Yeah.
All right, I have
Press down.
491-4641.
Oh, that's you.
That's me.
All right.
See you. See you.
Yeah, I'm gonna write it. No, but I'm-
She's gonna get one. Good. Yes. Yes. I'm the next one.
It's very technical here.
Yeah, a whole bunch of those.
Yeah.
That's what she saw.
Yeah. How do you? Well, we'll figure it out.
Very neat.
Little
Very
thing
neat.
there that kind of-
Oh, I see it. I see it. Okay. I see it. Which one? The last one or this one?
I can't see it very well.
You
You have to
can't see
choose.
it either, which one? Okay.
That's right.
I never choose anything.
Well,
There you go.
first time for everything.
Now, does that light up?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Oh, that'd be pretty in
Yeah.
your living room.
Yeah, that's exactly. That's just true.
What do you see?
Well, this counts. Yeah.
Next ticket for us.
Yes. 491-4637. That's
637, there you go. Yeah.
I don't get one of those other things.
I'll take this one.
Very nice, very nice.
Oh, yeah.
So would you draw another?
Oh, yeah.
I see, give it to you. Just became a kid.
4639.
Okay, that's me. Is that me?
4639.
4639, come on. Come on down.
That's it.
There you go.
Choices, that's, is what you're not saying about it.
Oh, that's the.
Another practical light, fancy thing that I don't have.
My speed is the same.
I'm going with sparkles.
Okay.
Good choice.
I appreciate
Yeah.
it. Yes. Yeah.
You're all for it?
Yeah.
It's way on the. Yeah, no, I'm not. 491-4645.
Right here.
Ah, there you go. Cause you spot them. We can talk, yeah. Aw, that's too bad.
No, it's okay.
There's nothing wrong, have a second.
I got my headlight too.
Wait, do you need that thing and then I can take?
No,
No,
no, you might have a little bit.
Oh, yeah, I know, but you, I don't have too many red lights.
Actually, on the garage, you wouldn't take our gift, so. Your gift.
491-4642.
That's fine.
There you go.
Okay.
You brought us luck, it's never happened.
Oh, my God. You're lucky.
We could be.
It does never happen.
All right, thank you for the state of our.
That's it, there you go.
Yeah, thanks.
And there's batteries in those already too, I think.
Perfect, thank you.
Yep.
I got a question. All right.
Okay, there's two more door prizes over there, so, we used up all the leaders. All right. I think.
4650.
4650, that's me.
All right.
It's in this.
Never too many red lights.
Yeah, Sharon's the only lady who hasn't got a picture.
4640. That's me.
There you go.
You're you're in a hot streak.
I guess so, thank you. We're gonna get a lottery ticket on the way out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Flashlight, red flashlight.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's all.
Did you see it?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
You can never have.
Well, thank you. What's the tickets? Here, put them in here.
Oh,
Oh.
Right.
So with that, Robert, I'll just proceed back to you.
And that pretty much covers everything we had on the agenda. Is there anything else that anyone wants to bring up?
Yeah, eat the rest of that cheesecake.
Yes, I should point out, we only have this room for another 20 minutes. So if anybody wants seconds or leftovers to take home, yeah, come.
I would like to mention about the observatory. Me and Sarah have used a 6.3 inch triplet telescope, and with my program, SkyXPro, it's $1,000 program. It tells you all the information about what you're looking at. I can take the picture I just took and put it next to that and tell what images are in the sky, the magnitude and everything on each image. We were actually looking at asteroids.
Oh, yeah.
That was a couple months ago.
Chasing asteroids.
It works real good.
They're working good.
So at least with my program gives you information about anything in the sky.
So what's it, I mean, can you actually, is it just like a star looking? The asteroid, when you get it focused in, or?
It kind of looks like a star,
Yeah.
but how, I can actually put my image right in the sky. And by touching the images, you can tell which one is the asteroid and which one is the star. Because you know the star is a higher magnitude than the asteroid.
And plus the asteroid would move on.
But it moves real slow. It takes over minutes for it to leave a streak.
Yeah.
And my program, the Sky Professional, actually, you can show a trail on there and see where it's really traveling.
Yeah.
You can tell that is the image that you're looking at.
Okay.
So it's actually more of a learning.
Oh, here, you
want to
pay for
about
the certificate, because it's already in post and file.
Yeah, pictures that come out real fast.
Good deal. But somebody did.
Anything else tonight, or shall we?
Second.
So I guess the any official part of the meeting is over. And thank you all for coming and bringing food and enjoying it.
Been really good.
We must do this again sometime.
Yeah.
That's a good question. Who likes the potluck? Who wants to keep doing that?
It's actually better. We got the meeting
Mhm.
and other people can participate in it.
Yeah.
Good to see each other.
Yeah, and we all get to come in and have, it's better food than you get at restaurants.
I'd say that's a big fat vote for doing this again next November. All right.
Good socializing.
Yes, very good.
John, thanks for joining us.
Yes, John. Yes, thank you for joining us.
Sorry I couldn't be there.
Oh, thanks.
Sorry you didn't get any food.
I have my popcorn. I'm fine.
Best wishes to your wife.
Thank you. Yeah, we got to be at the hospital like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Ah, it's always fun, isn't it? All right. Okay.
Yeah, please recycle your.
So when did you get to helm? January 1st?
That's mine.
Yes.
All right.
We're good.
January 1st is when the new officers officially take charge.
Except for you, Mike. You're on duty right now.
Yeah, I think Matt's ready for Mike to take over.
I have a question that's open to anybody if they have an answer. I have been looking at some way to add a camera which works on a 30-inch that's, continuous, not just photos or whatever. And I read like an electronic eyepiece.
Like an
The only one that I
answer?
have, that way I could broadcast it onto a screen.
Well, yeah, you can get the R2 imager.
Part of the problem I found is that these things will work on planets. Maybe,
Well, the R2 imager works on anything, and it's 5 seconds.
vegetables.
5-second images, so it doesn't show the drive. I mean, it'll show it leaving, because you don't have motor drive on it, right? So you use on a wide field, it would probably take it a while to gradually move across. But yeah, you could move that on a screen easily.
Right ahead. That's kind of been the problem, trying to find something, because some elderly people don't like to climb a 10-foot ladder.
Right, the R2 imager will do it.
But it has a pretty small chip, right? And with the long focal length scope, it may be hard to.
Well, if you can focus the eye, you can finish anything, the R2 imager will work on anything, and you can focus your eye on. Now, you may. I mean, there might be an extension, I'm trying to remember if I ever had to put an extension on it. I don't think I ever did.
I got a 2-inch extension. I have my guide scope is. My guide scope focus through is not level, so.
I don't remember, I had 2 R2 imagers. And I don't recall ever having to put an extension on it.
Because I was thinking,
Yes, there is. Put on there. It comes in a kit though. Yeah.
There's a focal reducer. But use that, then.
Yeah.
Who needs to get wider too at the view line?
Orange County Telescope sells them.
Yeah, we're both going to learn a lot.
I think they're like $2.99 for the whole kit.
Yeah.
But it has a 7-inch screen that comes with an LCD screen, but like you said, it comes with the camera, the reducer, and a filter.
when I was looking at now, and those seem to be okay, but I don't know if that would even work.
$20 to apply for Sarah, so I only brought $20.
Visual enhancers.
Yeah, those things.
I don't know who told me.
Okay, I've never seen.
That would be all right. I didn't give him 20.
Yeah, that 30 inch, even with that small sensor. Yeah. I had my 8 inch.
The best, well,
My 8 inch.
yeah.
My.
I was planning to give him another $5.
Six inch.
It's $10 for a family membership.
And the thing absolutely.
Oh, I see.
You didn't
Yeah. We have,
Somebody out one way they have.
Yeah, they have an R2.
well, they were mistaken because
Yeah.
if you look on the.
I can bring it $5, babe,
Yeah.
and give it to my. Now, the meeting's still going on. Right?
No.
No, we ended
Yeah,
up.
see, that way he can maybe test it out before. he buys it.
He's still alive.
Right.
Smiling.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the art. John's still there.
I think he's listening through this.
Yeah, you guys.
Yeah, so I'll just give him the check. And then I'll give him $5.
Yeah. He's gonna put an R2 on.
Well, if he wants to, then we'll have to find out.
Oh, yeah.
The meeting here went pretty good.
Nice, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, conference we had.
That's
Good.
Yeah. And we got the instruction how you start them, shut it down.
Yeah.
My camera, you'll have to wait to see the image. Blame everyone just bad. Now they're not.
Go out past the elevator, turn
I only
left,
take like.
men's and women's room are
2 or 3 minutes and then they come up for.
That's a little bit. I think we spent more money.
What's that?
Let's say, now you're talking about.
Now you get the round here, or just pass the first
To the focal.
and then just keep going, because you don't seem like you're in the right place.
I'm sure.
Well, but you have, they like say their periscope coming down to the point.
let me
Don't want to see, you know what I'm talking about.
I mean, you always just see why it's in there.
Well, you got to that extra. That's very time. Well, you.
Yes, the meeting's over.
All the guys and everything, I couldn't figure it out.
You gotta get people using.
I'd imagine that would be tricky to do.
I like to, I like the.
Oh. Yeah.
I don't get over being the real view.
You got to do all.
I gotta do it. I never have got right. Oh, yeah.